They say every school has its ghost story, but ours didn't stay in whispers. Ours had a name, a question, and a choice that no one ever should have answered. It started with a dare. We were in our second year of high school, that strange age where you think fear is something you can outgrow. The rumor about the Red Cloak had been around forever, the spirit that haunted the old girls' bathroom on the third floor. They said if you were alone and whispered, red paper or blue, the spirit would appear behind you and make you choose. Red meant blood, blue meant suffocation. Everyone joked about it like it was just another urban legend. Until the night Mia decided to prove it wrong. The third floor bathrooms were supposed to be closed after dark. The tiles were cracked, the pipes moaned when it rained, and the fluorescent light above the last stall flickered like it was breathing. I was only there because Mia dared me to come. "We'll film it," she said, grinning, holding her phone up. "We'll finally get proof it's fake." The halls were dead quiet as we snuck in after detention. The janitor had left, and the air smelled of disinfectant and something faintly metallic like rust. Every footstep echoed longer than it should have. When we reached the bathroom, Mia pushed open the door with her shoe. The hinges whined like they hadn't been moved in years. "Ladies first," she joked. But her voice wavered just a little. The light above the mirror buzzed, flickered, then steadied. The sinks were lined with grime and water stains. The last stall door was half open, swaying gently as if someone had just walked out. Mia turned on her camera. "All right," she whispered. "Let's summon our ghost." She stepped to the mirror and said, "Red paper or blue?" Her voice echoed down the rows of stalls, soft, teasing, then swallowed by silence. Nothing happened. We laughed. I let out a breath I didn't realize I'd been holding. But as I turned to leave, I noticed something strange. The last stall door had stopped moving. It was perfectly still. Then it creaked open. "Mia," I said quietly. She turned her camera toward it. The screen glitched, just static for half a second, and when it cleared, there was someone standing inside the stall. It was faint at first, like a shadow formed from smoke. But then it began to take shape. A tall figure draped in a deep red cloak that dragged along the floor, the color too vivid for the flickering light. The air turned sharp and cold. The smell of rust grew stronger, metallic and wet. Mia froze. "Who's there?" she demanded, though her voice cracked halfway. The figure didn't move. Its face was hidden beneath the hood, but I could see pale skin beneath it. Not white, but gray, like damp paper. Then it spoke. "Do you want red paper?" it whispered. "Or blue?" The voice wasn't loud. It was soft, calm, but it scraped at the edges of my mind, like it was coming from inside my own head. Mia's hand trembled. It's a joke, right?" she said, looking at me. I couldn't speak. My throat was locked. The figure stepped closer, and I swear I could hear the sound of dripping, like water falling from a faucet that wouldn't close. But there was no water anywhere near. Just that sound, steady and slow. "Red," Mia said with a shaky laugh. "Sure, I'll take red." The light flickered. Something red splashed across the mirror, a sudden burst like paint hitting glass. I flinched, and when I looked back, Mia was gone. Her phone clattered to the floor, the camera still recording. The figure turned its head toward me. "Would you like blue?" I ran. The hallway stretched on endlessly, every door locked, every shadow shifting. My footsteps didn't sound like they belonged to me anymore. They echoed out of sync, like someone else was running beside me. When I finally burst through the stairwell door, my vision spun and I tripped halfway down the steps. When I looked up, I saw a piece of paper fluttering down beside me. It was soaked in something dark, red. They found Mia's phone the next day in the third floor bathroom. It was still recording, an hour-long video of an empty room, the sound of dripping echoing through the speakers. Her parents thought she ran away, but the teachers stopped talking about it after a while. The third floor stayed closed. Sometimes, though, when the building's quiet, I swear I hear that voice in the pipes. Asterisk, red paper or blue. Asterisk once, after class, I stayed late to pack my things. The janitor passed by, a tired man who'd worked there for decades. I asked him, half joking, if he'd ever heard of the story. He didn't laugh. He said, "I've cleaned that bathroom for 30 years. Every time I wipe the mirrors, they bleed red the next morning." Then he looked at me, eyes sunken and glassy. "Don't answer if she asks." "Who?" I asked. He hesitated. "The one in the cloak. That night I had a dream, the kind that feels too real to be a dream at all." I was standing in front of the same mirror, fog creeping along the floor, my reflection slowly fading until all I saw was red behind me. When I woke up, my hands smelled faintly of metal. Now I avoid that floor entirely. But sometimes, when the plumbing rattles or the light flickers in the bathroom, I hear the faintest whisper near my ear, a voice soft and patient. Asterisk, would you like red paper? Or blue? Asterisk, and every single time I run. But lately, I've started to notice something. Each time I look in the mirror, the reflection lags for just a second, just long enough to see a flash of red standing right behind me.